Here's this vital, vibrant, healthy, type A man who's all about the outdoors and strength and the alpha male. And all of a sudden, he suffered this major loss.
I lost my balance and I fell over the side, down 3 stories in a mall, about 45 feet, and hit the ground on the back of my neck. I broke my neck. I had become paralyzed. I have control of my biceps, but not my triceps.
Here he is in a wheelchair, and he's trying to help other people. But he's always been that way.
He builds his world, and he lives his life the way he wants.
I don't know what the next step is going to be. I don't know what the next challenge is going to be. I'm going to deal with the one that's in front of me. Life is wonderful. I'm working 20 to 24 hours a day, trying to figure out how to solve people's problems. My life is a game in a way. It's a game to see how much I can squeeze out of it, how many places I can travel to, how much love I can fall in. That's my life.
Hi, thank you for coming to StarNet Studios. I am Andre Tucker. Today I'm speaking with Miss Magi Avila. She has been a very busy lady. She had her career to begin in working on many great projects in Mexico, and now she is in the United States working on some great projects as well. She has worked on Dog Eat Dog and with Nicolas Cage, and then she's done First Kill with Bruce Willis, and then she's done other different projects as well, like the Shield with Michael Chiklis, as well as some other things that are near and dear to her heart. So I just want to say welcome, Maggie. How are you today?
Hi, Andre. I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to be here with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here. I'm super excited as well. So one of the pieces that I just mentioned there a moment ago was what I believe the first thing that I saw you was in. It was the Dog Eat Dog. Like I said, that's with Nicolas Cage and Willem Dafoe and some other great performers, much like yourself. Now, like I said, I thought that was the first thing I saw you in, but it was not. There was actually something else I had seen you in before that, and we will circle back around that to the moment. But focusing on Dog Eat Dog, one of the things I want to say, because, you know, right now, as we've discussed before, I'm here in Houston, but originally I am from Toledo, Ohio, and one of the things that kind of jumped out at me with the Dog Eat Dog, I believe that was shot in the Cleveland, Ohio area, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. It was Cleveland, Ohio. It was my first time there. It was fantastic.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask what you thought of the area, and did you just fly there just to shoot the film, do your scenes, and get out? Did you get to really spend any kind of time in that area, or was it just like kind of like a one and done thing?
I went to a beautiful area with a lot of beautiful restaurants and people. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, we didn't have that much time. It was tight schedule. It was super, super nice. But a lot of the people in the crew, they were local from Ohio and from Cleveland and from surrounding areas. And it was so nice to meet them all and staying a little bit in touch with a few of them. Everybody's so cool. Great vibes. We really enjoyed staying there. And you know, the shoot was really busy and super nice. So it was a beautiful experience. And I definitely want to go back. When I did First Kill, I did visit a little bit more and took pictures, but it was not Ohio. I'm sorry, it was not Cleveland. It was Granville. So as you can imagine, it was just so beautiful, the buildings. I love architecture. So I walked around and I went to a really nice cafe with a friend of mine that was on the film as well. And then I went to a fair. It was just really cool. Yes, loved it. Can't wait to go back.
That sounds great. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you did a lot of great Spanish language pieces to begin your career, and then you transition into, Hollywood. I mean, we've been talking about Ohio, and I brought that up. But then also you spent some time, in the Hollywood scene. When did you know it was time to make that transition and go to, Hollywood film and things like that?
Well, I had a great opportunity to work on an amazing film called Fantasias that was distributed by Universal Pictures, and it was my first theatrically released film. So I thought, yes, this is my opportunity to be known nationally and hopefully internationally. And so I went to explore Mexico City from the state of Baja California, Mexico. I used to be filming a lot there, a lot of films there in around Mexico, but then I wanted to be in bigger films, international caliber, such that one. And so I went to explore the area. I auditioned a lot, and then at the same time I came to visit the United States because there were amazing events for Hispanics such NALIP, LALIF, and great film festivals. And so I was networking, and immediately I got invited to work. And so the doors started opening for me up here. And then I went back to study theater of the body like a diplomat, like a master's degree, 2 years. So I was going back and forth, going back and forth. I was still not living here, but I was still being invited to work and audition. And I was networking. I was doing my job, just knocking on doors at the same time that I studying in Guadalajara, Mexico. And so that is how it happened, just in search for bigger and better, like we all humans are. We achieve a goal, and then we want to move on to something bigger and better and more, and be challenged constantly to grow and develop, and just a full get to our full potential, right? And so that's how it happened. It was just exploring, and that's how I constantly go about life. What else can I do? How can I make things better here and there? That's how it happened.
Yeah. Now, one of the things you mentioned there, you mentioned festivals just a moment ago. And one of the things I know, I've mentioned things that you've done with other productions, but something that you have worked on behind the camera as well as in front of the camera that I believe is kind of near and dear to your heart is Altitude, Not Attitude, and that has earned some film festival recognitions. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how that started and what's going on with Altitude, Not Attitude, and what people can look for when they see that?
Oh my goodness. It's an amazing film. It's a documentary, really funny and inspiring, about the life of a man who at age 22 fell off 3 stories, broke his neck, and became a quadriplegic. And despite of that, he became a super successful person still. Even coming from a humble beginning, he became super successful, and he helps a lot of people and inspires a lot of people with his work. He's a financial advisor, so he helps a lot of people in many, many ways, and he's a philanthropist. And so he was going on this amazing trip through Europe, and amongst these gorgeous, gorgeous landmarks from Italy, Spain, London, and France, we were exploring the 5 phases of recovery that all humans go through after experiencing a tragedy. And so the documentary has been in 17 film festivals, won two film festivals, best documentary, excuse me. And right now, oh my goodness, and we got an amazing distribution deal, thank goodness. Right now you can watch it on Amazon Prime, you can watch it on YouTube, Apple TV, iTunes, anywhere. Just look it up and you are gonna be able to find it. It's called Altitude, Not Attitude. And you can find it on our website too, altitudenatattitude.com, and all of our social medias are the same name, or through my name, Maggie Avila, Magi, Avila. And also the proceeds, or a portion of the proceeds of the sales of our documentary or rentals, are being donated to charities that support people with disabilities. And we can't tell you how happy I am that we get to do that, because it's been so fantastic. It keeps on pulling, it keeps on giving. We are involved right now with Christopher Reeve and Dana Reeve Foundation, with Will to Walk Foundation, Creative Steps Foundation, and Easter Seals Film Challenge organization. And so it's super cool. People has been loving it. And the greatest news, yes, we are part of the only 30 documentaries out of thousands that the IDA selects. The IDA is the International Documentary Awards, one of the most, if not the most prestigious documentary awards in the world. Can you believe that? For me being a Latina, being a woman, and a first-time filmmaker, I mean, people tell me, I'm like, wait, documentaries don't even get distribution. This has been a dream come true. It's a lot of work. We keep on pushing, but you don't even feel the work because it's just so inspiring and so beautiful and so accelerating and so fulfilling. We are also part of the Flicker's Rhode Island Film Festival, which is an Oscar qualifying film. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And why is this so important? Because the farther we go with this documentary, we help people understand that people with disabilities have been not recognized, and they need to be included more to society, and people will realize that people with disabilities have a lot to give, a lot to contribute to our society. Such Michael is a perfect example of that. I mean, he is in a wheelchair, confined 100% to the wheelchair. You know, he has no mobility, and despite of that, he went through this amazing trip, as we show on the documentary, and he has a very successful career and a very happy life. He is a whole person. And so anybody that is going through any, yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, continue. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So anybody that is going through a tragedy in any of those stages of recovery, they will understand and they will see that it is possible to become healthy, happy again, and become a new you, and then come back to society and contribute, no matter what your disability is. You know, a lot of people have disabilities that you cannot even see, right? Some mental disorders and in different levels, and still you can come back and contribute to society, and that is one of the things that we are trying to push for people to understand, right, that there is a lot of untapped talent out there.
Yeah, now, as I mentioned, you did this behind the camera. I see it right there. Altitude, not attitude. So
yes,
you did altitude, not attitude. And when you worked on this behind the camera as well as in front of you, you had to pull a bunch of resources together, and you're telling this gentleman's story. How much of that did you have to draw from your time? Because I believe you were a presenter. You have a some background. So did any of that training or experience or background kind of play into your producing of this piece here?
Yes, absolutely. I used to be a newscaster for Televisa back in Mexico at the beginning, early stage of my career. And the understanding of journalism did definitely helped, but mostly the understanding of our human condition, because people were criticizing, for example, nomad land, that, oh, but she's never been, the director has never been a homeless person, how can she understand, and this and that. And so it's just understanding humanity, is understanding the condition. And so, but at the beginning for me, Michael, the theme was very, very clear. It was a huge puzzle because we film. And then when I came back to LA to put together the pieces and to be able to tell a story with these pieces that were all over the place was the biggest challenge, right? But it was very, very helpful to me to have very clear as a filmmaker, what is the theme of my film? What is the central message? And magic too as well. And so the central message was for me always to, it's human survival. It's just resilience. And it's how we all can overcome any obstacles if we set our mind to it. We'll find the right people to support us in our dreams. We'll have the resources, wherever those are needed, that are needed. And so that helped me very, very much. I mean, when I saw Michael, I saw, oh my God, he's a perfect example of self-mastery, because he has to have a lot of patience. As you can imagine, a lot of patience, the daily obstacles he has to overcome. And with such a humor, I mean, if you see the documentary, you're gonna be laughing all the time. It's ouchy, but it is, you know, people have been loving it precisely because of that, his way of looking at life. And I think we all should be like that, you know, have serenity, have peace, but have a sense of humor and find a way to solve things all the time to make things better. So that did help a lot on the creation of the filming, and then the editing a lot more, and then the promoting it. Like the message has been always very clear. Hey, we all are here. We all have challenges to overcome. So here you have it.
Yeah, and you did mention that this documentary can be found on Prime Video for Amazon. Another project that you have going on that can be found on Prime Video would be My American Family, a series you're doing that involves not only yourself, but other talented actors, including Mr. Danny Trejo. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they see My American Family.
I play the role of the mother, Victoria, the matriarch of the family. And the Martinez family, my family, it's headed by Victoria, myself, Magi, Avila, and Steve Jacks, my husband. And with that, we were taking in a Chinese exchange student. And we ended up with a 6.5-foot tall Russian, pushing 30, and who just happened to be on a school in China. And I want to show you this.
Got it.
My American Family, and you can find it on Amazon Prime, and it's the first season. You can find the whole season there. You're gonna be laughing your head off, but it's so beautiful because it also eradicates stereotypes, right? I'm not a typical Latina. The Chinese are not the typical Chinese, the stereotypical Chinese, or the Russians or this and that. I mean, and we do laugh about those stereotypes, but it's full of wisdom and humanity, and it's really beautiful. And then working with this team has been so much fun. I mean, it's my work as a producer and director on Altitude Not Attitude, and my work in My American Family as an actress, it's been totally answers to prayers, because it's dream team, the quality, the results. My American Family is the winner of the best web series at the Cannes World Film Festival, and people is really loving it. So if you guys go and leave comments, thank you so much, because that has been helping a lot. We are getting ready for the second season, and people has been enjoying it, so I highly recommend it. I can't tell you how happy I am to be part of this team. I mean, Mr. Danny Trejo is so much fun to work with. It's so amazing, super inspiring, you know.
That sounds great. And here I want to mention earlier that I was going to circle back around to the first thing that I saw you in, when once again I thought it was Dog Eat Dog, but it was something else. It was a video. You've done several videos for Dar Man, where it's very inspirational and someone is faced with a situation they have to overcome, a lot of life lessons. So I actually saw you in that like a while ago, and the one that really catch my attention was where husband walks into the kitchen, he delivers some news to you. I don't want to like spoil it very much, but he delivers some news to you, and then you have a response to that about some things that he needs to do before that his request goes forward. Yeah.
Yes, people love that one. It's one of their favorites. Yes. Some people has been telling me that it's still my videos are some of the most watched videos, and I can tell you how grateful I am. I mean, all of the stories are true life stories. Some are from unknown authors. Some they write them, and they are short stories that are, you know, very helpful for people. And so it's really cool to also be part of that team, to be able to, you know, inspire people or knock on their heads and say, hey, this is how it should be, not like that. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. Yes, you know, people is like, how do you do to cry on cue? I'm like, just the stories, man. It's just a lot true life stories.
Yeah, and like I said, you have quite a few of the videos. I mean, I described the one, or at least like I said, as much as I could without really spoiling a whole lot. I described it, but I first saw those on Facebook. Where else can someone be able to see some of those videos if they want to see some of the things that you've done there?
On Darman, production.
just on his, like, directly on his website?
Darman, yes, Darman.
Okay.
That man has been doing such an amazing work with the promotion of the videos and dropping videos constantly. Yes. So yes, it's just, or Maggie Avila. Look up Maggie Avila.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. There you go. Because that's one of the things. That was the last thing I was going to ask you there. Just your own website, magiavila.com, and and basically anyone who wants to see more of what you have been going on can see there. So I just want to tell you, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Also, I have a for aspiring students, I have courses online for actors on how to become actors. I just dropped this year, a couple of months ago, and it's a 6 steps formula on how to become a working actor. 6 modules, 4 lessons with tests and exercises to get you working like that. And again, they finish it in 6 weeks. And it's really, really entertaining, really beautiful, and it compels acting craft, business strategies for actors, and mindset of success. And so you can find it also on magiavila.com.
Okay.
And go on my Instagram, click on my bio link, and then you can find freebies and stuff like that. And as you can see, it's a bunch of us actors, working actors, teaching other actors how to become working actors. As simple as that. You know, support and passing on the messages and the mentoring that people have been mentoring us throughout the years and so on. So yeah, thank you so much for letting me also share that with the audience.
Well, once again, thank you, and I'm glad you got a chance to mention that before we go, because I know that it's definitely going to help a lot of people. There's a lot of people who would love to be doing what you're doing right now. Of people who are going to love to see what you're up to next. So once again, thank you for coming to StarNet Studio. Appreciate your time. It's been great, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much for having me. You too, have a great day.